Chair of the session, Right Honorable Vice President, Honorable Minister, Honorable Acting Chief Justice, Excellencies, friends and colleagues, honorable colleagues and friends in the panel here. Namaste and a wonderful afternoon to all of you. Let me start by a saying from your great poet, Madhav Gimiri. Ochai hamro chulin cha kaha Himalay na rahe. Did you get it? So we stand today at the foot of the Himalayas, a global thermometer for climate change, a spiritual compass for the planet, and a front line to one of the greatest existential threats humanity has ever faced. The Himalayas are the custodians of the future of billions of souls downstream in South Asia. And I'm very glad to follow after the excellent presentation, technical, scientific presentation. So mine would really be on a different level. But as the presentation has shown us, the science is deafening. Our window to limit growing global warming to 1.5 degrees is closing fast. But it's not yet closed. We can still turn this crisis into a turning point. If we act boldly, decisively, and together, as the presentation has shown as well. For Nepal, climate change, and I always say this in other global conferences, climate change for Nepal is not an abstract. It is personal, it is visible, it is visceral. From the catastrophic floods in the Mustang and Bajura to devastating landslides in September 24, costing around, as the presentation showed us, $379 million. We are already paying the price of inaction by others. We are losing glaciers. Our rivers are changing course. Warmer winters bring drought one season and downpours in another. And those who suffer most are our women, our children, our farmers, and they are the least responsible. So let us be clear. It is not just a climate crisis. It is, as the heading of this session is saying, it is a justice crisis. And as our Vice President always reminded us before, the world must hear the voices rising from the Himalayas, not in despair, but in defiance. Because Nepal is not waiting for help, and we should not be just as victims, we should rise as climate leader. And again, the presentation and the action plan was very clear. Already, we are showing what climate leadership from our small, mountainous, developing country looks like. And the action plan showed it. We are on track of net zero by 2045. We have already achieved our 2030 forest cover target, over 45%. We are expanding hydropower, biogas, electric mobility, and climate-smart agriculture today and not tomorrow. We are doing our job. And now we must double down. As also the presentation has shown, it is very important, as much as we work on the National Action Plan, to also connect on a regional and to really insist on regional cooperation. But we also, on a country level, we must electrify our transport system powered by our clean hydropower. We must ban diesel generators in urban areas, and we must mandate climate-resilient building codes, and we must invest in green jobs, in waste, in forestry, and organic farming. And we must scale up early warning systems and insurance for vulnerable farmers, and use what is God-given to us free, the sun, the wind, to power our future. This is not charity, this is a vision. This is Nepal walking the talk. But ambition without financing is also just wishful thinking. Nepal National Adaptation Plans needs $47.4 billion. Our NDC 3.0 will require $33 billion. So let us be clear, and I speak to the world, not really only to us. This is not aid. This is what we call reparative justice. Accessing the green climate funds takes years. Loss and damage funding remains elusive. Only a trickle of the global $100 billion US pledge over reaches countries like our Nepal. So we, the people of Nepal and the people working in Nepal, we urgently call for a complete overhaul of the climate finance system. We call for direct access to funds, not via intermediary. We call for a carbon market recognition of Nepal's forest stewardship, and we call for a functioning loss and damage fund that delivers and does not delay. Our Sagarmatha Sambad should be a megaphone to the world. And a few weeks from the top of the world, Nepal will host the Sagarmatha Sambad. Let this be more than a summit. Let it be a megaphone for climate justice, a showcase for mountain solution, and for Nepal leadership on these solutions, and you have the backing and the support of the UN. We will not let Nepal's voice be buried in bureaucracy or diluted by tokenism. Friends, Nepal's strategic climate voice must ring loud and clear on 3 frequencies. On leadership, not just to survive, but to shape the climate future. Second, on solidarity, across borders, across generations, and across communities. Third, the third frequency, on urgency, because tomorrow is already too late. So let's empower our youth to hold us accountable. Let's enable our women to lead the change. Let's trust our local communities to guide our path. And as UN, as I said, we stand ready with data, with partnership, with financing tools, and unwavering solidarity. And in discussions with Nepal government, a mountain agenda that addresses all these issues is already in process and really taking momentum. Let me end with the word of the climate activist Greta Thunberg. I know you don't need to hear this, but what she said and what she reminds the world, she calls upon us. She calls upon us, I want you to panic. I want you to act as if the house is on fire, because it is. Our house is on fire. But in Nepal, we still have water. We still have hydropower, hope, and human courage. So let us rise, let us speak, and let us act, not just for Nepal, but for the world. So let Nepal's strategic climate voice rise, clear, courageous, and unstoppable. Thank you very much, and the very best of luck. Dhanyabad, Dari Dari Dhanyabad.